working hard, closing down and trying to play the game in the Spanish half.
Valharen's free kick. Header from Sergio. That's Catania. Clattered into by Jos Valharen. The ball lost by Neil Lennon. Doing his damnedest to win it back. Celtic have it with Petrov. Well, it looked to be lost, but Celtic weren't forgiving it up. And there was going to be no free kick for Henrik Larsson, given against the challenge of Sergio. It looked awkward, it looked clumsy, but there's the man who's in charge.
I can't believe he hasn't given that free kick. It's a great run from Henrik Larsson. Sergio's taking him right out of the game there. It's not only a free kick, it's a yellow card.
That was Murrayfield. That challenge from Sergio on Larsson, and Henrik Larsson couldn't believe it as he looked up and saw the ref indicating that play should go on. Claude Colombo might well be a name we don't forget in a hurry.
I think he's lost the plot a little bit.
Valharen's throw, Artson's flick. And played away by Berizzo. And it's a yellow card for Catania. And that means he will miss the second leg of this game. It's his third yellow card in European competition this season. And Catania is out of the second leg.
He can't complain. There's absolutely no intention whatsoever of trying to get the ball there. He just attacked Valharen, two hands, head, the whole lot. It's persistent fouling, but that challenge itself merited the yellow card.
And that's a big problem for Celta Vigo for the return, because he's a first pick, and that means striking role, the sole striking role at times it is for Celta Vigo. But that's one yellow card too many for him. It may well be that Benny McCarthy will start in the second leg, although he's hardly flavour of the month, you would say, with the management at Vigo. Mendes. Chris Sutton squeezed the pass through. Petrov chasing. Well, the flag went up very unconvincingly there.
He certainly did, and Stilian Petrov is really aggrieved at the assistant referee on this side.
Look at the flag. Look at the reaction from the assistant here.
The defender's still coming out. He puts the flag up. Petrov stops. It's a big mistake from the assistant referee.
I've seen less inspiring officials, but not often.
They're certainly not the best, not impressed at all with them.
That was out. Alexander Mostovoy let it drift over the touchline. Hasn't really had the impact that the Spanish side would have wanted so far, Mostovoy, but take your eyes off him at your peril. Martin O'Neill trying to ensure there that the free kick is taken from the right position. Juan Fran with it.
That's pure refereeing again. Henrik Larsson's only shown him with the infringement where it should have been taken from.
Valde's header, a towering header clear. That's Larsson looking for Larsson. Juan Fran loses out. Well, what was wrong with that?
That looks very soft as well. Larsson working back there. They're pulling at each other. Their arms are tangled more than anything else. They're both pulling. The referee's causing a lot of animosity within this ground tonight. It's not the Spanish team, it's the referee by some of his strange decisions.
Mostovoy, the dead ball man. That's a useful knockdown from Sergio, but Catania couldn't get there. Nearly 41 minutes played, still goalless. And the first leg of this UEFA Cup third round tie. Berizzo's free kick aimed at Mostovoy and played away by Jos Valhaeren through Chris Sutton, and Valhaeren gets it back. Good build-up from Celtic, and a good challenge from Eduardo Berizzo, who's very much aware of the threat which Henrik Larsson poses alongside him. Valhaeren's throw. To Sutton, John Hartson, Catania, Peter Lucci, Juan Fran hasn't endeared himself to the Celtic supporters. Silvinho to Mostovoy. Important moments these. Catania, Petrov did well. John Hartson. Lennon for Larsson. Knocked it down, hoping Chris Sutton would get there. Lucci in there first. Now Mendes. Silvio. Jose Ignacio. Mostovoy to Juan Fran. Silvinho. Useful ball in. And it had Rob Douglas stretching. Guppy. Celtic haven't been getting as much ball in from Guppy as they were earlier in the first half. That looked likely to bring about a goal for them, the way things were developing. And Chris Sutton was waiting and waiting and waiting, and possession's gone. Ignacio to Mostovoy. Lopez has switched from right to left. Useful ball in, but Bobo Balde dominating. Let's hear from Chick.
Yeah, I don't think that's Celtic dugout are happy with Didier Gat. Want him down this right side, getting forward, not getting involved in the game. And Neil, I would wonder in the second half whether there'll be a change coming in that direction. They're clearly not happy with the Gat.
Mostovoy gets it back from Silvinho. Inside the 44th minute. Sliced out of play by Agat. Gustavo Lopez. Back to Alexander Mostovoy. Silvinho's cross, Balde there. Booming header. And not too much of this first half left. And despite Celtic's possession and pressure, still a threat when Celta Vigo get into the final third.
They're very, very good down this left-hand side. Good delivery into the box, and Bobo Balde's defended the crosses exceptionally well.
The pass from Lopez, intercepted by Agat. Berizzo, Lopez, good touch. Mostovoy for Catania. And Balde wasn't going to let that go behind. And he shifted Catania out of the way to make sure he could get there. 45 minutes played. 1 more minute to go in the first half. Silvinho. Lucin, shot blocked by Petrov. Now with John Hartson. Looking to work that one through to Henrik Larsson. Brazilian Silvinho. The Russian Alexander Mostovoy. Over and out from Juan Fran. And the first half is just about over and out as well.
I think Celtic have lost their way just a little bit in the last 10 minutes or so. Vigo haven't really come into it, but Celtic haven't kept the same pressure on them. And I'm sure Martin will use half time to get his team fired up again and get at them in the second half.
One last chance for Martin O'Neill's team to get a goal in the first half from this set piece over Balde. He's at the edge of the area. Neil Lennon floats it up. Jose Pinto could have caught it, but chose to punch. That's half-time at Celtic Park. 0-0. Delicately poised. Celta Vigo might have been one up after just 10 seconds when Gustavo Lopez got on the end of a cutback from Silvinho, but Rob Douglas got in the way of his shot, and a golden opportunity for Didier Agat to give Celtic the lead as he failed to steer the ball. Sadly, no change in the officials either. And as Martin O'Neill reflects on the first 45 minutes, he'll have been pretty pleased in the main with the way Celtic have played, and they have created chances. But they've also needed Rob Douglas to get in the way of that Lopez effort early on, and also to deny a chance to Catania later on in the half. But it's at the other end that Celtic want to make an impact, and what a chance Didier Agat had to write his name all over this match. But he failed to score his first goal of the season. A terrific chance, and Steve Guppy had a pretty good opportunity as well in that first half. The ball ricocheted around inside the 6-yard box. But it was a chance, Sandy, wasn't it?
It was a chance, and those two players that you mentioned, they're both in chances. Stevie Guppy, we see him there, and Didier Agat. They're so important to Celtic tonight because they have to get delivery into the box. It's got to be decent quality, and those two are more than capable of getting there and doing that. And Didier Agat, second half, he's got to do just a little bit more for me. Try and get beyond Silvinho to the dead ball line and fire the balls into the box, similar to like Guppy's doing down the left-hand side.
Celta Vigo are permanent fixtures in recent seasons in the top 6 of La Liga in Spain, and there's no doubt about the quality of that national league, arguably, and maybe not too strong an argument against it, the finest league in Europe, which would make it the best league in the world. But nothing too frightening for Celtic about Celta Vigo in the first period, as Celtic try to start the second half with a bang. Guppy's cross, Jose Ignacio with the clearance. Ignacio, one of the two sitting midfielders in front of the back four, and Celta Vigo never waver from this system. Lennon to Guppy. Mendes is there. Lopez as well, but Steve Guppy still gets the ball back, and Sergio cleared. Larson to Valharen. Levain to the Belgian international. Agat. Petrov. Valharen involved again. That's for Henrik Larsson. And John Hartson. Corner kick.
That's good play from Celtic, good build-up. Valharen playing the ball into Henrik Larsson. Intelligent flight, knew Hartson was there. John Hartson, good first touch. And just couldn't get enough space to get the shot off. Clear for the corner kick.
The word from the technical area is that Celta Vigo are thinking about substitution, and it's going to be the Brazilian Edu to come on. Guppy's corner kick, and it's take two. That was off Luchin.
That's a poor ball from Steve Guppy. He's got to get it up, get it in the air, get it high, let the big guys attack the ball.
With Sutton and Hartson and Balde and Larson all waiting. Guppy, Balde got a touch. Mostovoy. Silvinho. And back from Larson to Douglas. I think it's going to be Catania, the striker, who's going to miss the second leg, of course. It sounds as if he will be the player to come off to be replaced by Edu. And I don't think Miguel Angel Rotina is too impressed with Catania's contribution so far, Czech, is he?
No, he's not. He's been having a go at Catania throughout the first half, and as you said, Rob, he's out the second game in any case, but he's not been happy, I think, at the way he hasn't got involved, tormenting the Celtic defence the way he would. They're very capable with him, and Edu will now come on and have a go at that very job.
Larsson's layoff for Steve Guppy. Petrov. Lennon. It was intended for Hartson. Juan Fran was there first to make the clearance. And off the boot of Jos Valharen for a Celta throw. Mostovoy. Luchin. Sergio and Berizzo at the heart of the Celta Vigo defence. Straight out of play from Juan Fran. And certainly Edu is ready and waiting to get on the pitch with just 4 minutes gone in the second half, and Catania looking over to the touchline and confirming in his own mind the inevitable, and his number's up.
He doesn't look too happy, does he? He can't give any complaint at all about his performance tonight. He's been poor. He missed that opportunity halfway through the first half, and his contribution really has been nil. Bobo Baldi's more than matched up for the first 50 minutes or so.
And that's Edu, a 22-year-old Brazilian. Not to be confused with the Arsenal version. First touch for Edu. Luchin with the up and under. And Jos Valharen got his head to it, and is heading for Mostovoy. Silvinho gets himself into a threatening position. Petrov fired it clear. It came off Mostovoy. Now Agat. Clever movement from Neil Lennon. Henrik Larsson with a lovely turn away from Sergio, and that's going to be a yellow, and is.
No question, no complaints. Good play from Celtic. Quick throw in. Neil Lennon involved, played the ball into Henrik Larsson. He's gone beyond him, and Sergio's taken Henrik out of the game again. Happened the first half, he got away with it. No question, no doubt this time. Yellow card for Sergio.
A cynical foul by Sergio. He realised that Henrik Larsson was off and running. And he's not unhappy about the concession of a free kick and booking versus the chance of Henrik Larsson scoring. Jostling for position in the penalty area. Baldi and Hartson and Sutton and Larsson. In from Guppy. Chris Sutton there, ricochets. And it's a corner kick, it's deflected wide from Sutton. Celtic have the pressure on.
Chris Sutton's unlucky here. Wins the first header, the ball breaks to him. And Sam Wan there just managed to block it, deflect it, away from the corner kick.
In from Steve Guppy. John Hartson there. Celtic have scored. It's Henrik Larsson. Celtic start the second half in style. Larsson breaks the deadlock. His 25th goal of the season.
It's a great goal from Celtic's point of view. Set piece again, corner kick. Hartson causing problems in there. Goalkeeper lost all at sea. And that man Larsson, so good in the air, reacts first. Gets in between the two defenders here. He's always going to get there first. And invaluably put the ball in the back of the net again.
And here's what Martin O'Neill thought. Absolutely incredible. Henrik Larsson's 182nd Celtic goal. 1-0 ahead, and all his predatory instincts were apparent there as the ball was knocked down. Mendes and Berizzo both had their eyes on it for Celta Vigo, but no one was more determined to get the ball in the back of the net than Henrik Larsson. He got there first, and Celtic are ahead. And a mistake by Balde. An opportunity for Celta Vigo immediately to equalise. Gustavo Lopez. Terrific block by Stilian Petrov. And Celtic have to up the concentration levels, having got themselves in front. They very nearly gifted an equaliser to their Spanish visitors.
It's all down to Bobo Balde. That's the second time in a few minutes he's lost his concentration. He's got to get it back. Don't let the Spaniards back in this game. He knows, he understands he's made a mistake, but he did work back to put him under pressure.
That's good play from Chris Sutton. Didier Agat's roadrunner on the move. Well, he looked to be obstructed there as he tried to get on the end of the return pass from Henrik Larsson. Jose Ignacio to Sebastian Mendes. Sergio off Guppy. That was Stilian Petrov. Agat to Larsson. Petrov flicks it forward. Berizzo there. Celta Vigo free kick, and here's that lapse from Balde, which almost produced an equaliser.
First of all, he was onto like a bullet, really. Bobo Balde working back well, and Stan Petrov, he eventually makes the block to stop Lopez. The Celtic have to be really careful at the back. They have to keep their concentration. They've got in front. They want to try and add to that, but it's even more important now not to lose a goal.
Juan Fran. And Larsson crouching to make sure the header was exactly right. Back to Douglas. 10 minutes into the second half, and Celtic one ahead. That's Hartson. Petrov squeezes his pass through to Sutton. It's a great link-up from Celtic. Off Sergio. Again, it's Sergio. Did he use his arm to control it? Larsson down the line, and Henrik Larsson so unlucky.
That proves that Larsson's only human there. Pure touch from him, very, very unusual. It's important now Celtic keep their concentration, and we'll just check this potential handball again. Good quick early throw in. We'll give the referee the benefit of the doubt this time. Sergio just dropped his arm but using his shoulder.
John Hartson with his back to goal. Stilian Petrov tugged it wide, but popping up exactly where you want him to pop up.
It's good play again though. John Hartson so good, back to goal, holds on to the ball, lets Petrov get there. And Stilian will be disappointed with that effort. Tried to hit it too hard, actually didn't connect well at all.
That's good play from John Hartson. Won the battle of muscle and got his shot on target.
Won it easily. Sergio just looking at him, he's having a stare at John Hartson, doesn't have a clue what to do about him. He's so strong, Hartson.
Dirty looks don't work, apparently, in terms of keeping John Hartson out.
I don't think it'll frighten him, that's for certain. He's a good player, very strong, good target man.
Celta Vigo, free kick. Gustavo Lopez, Peter Luchin. It's good defending again from Ole Larsson. Solid as a rock so far. Mendes. Luchin's crossfield pass is poor, and that takes all the momentum that they had going for them, and they didn't really have a lot going for them.
They didn't. They've lost their way a little bit, the Spaniards. It's really important, Celtic now. They've got the goal here. Hartson, Balde between them, putting the defenders under so much pressure. The goalkeeper's all over the place. That's a brilliant finish. What a great reaction from Henrik Larsson. Shouldn't really get there. Big defenders, but he's so brave, he's so aware. And that's why Celtic are in the lead.
He wanted that so badly, didn't he? His 25th goal of the season in only 22 games. His 24th European goal. And that's 7 in 6 games in Europe this season. It is a scintillating record. It's a useful flick on from Mostovoy. Here's Lopez, stepped over it. And no one was there for Celta Vigo. That was a chance.
There was a chance, and Steve Guppy, for me, managed to do exceptionally well. The ball's coming across here. Lopez looked as if he was going to get there first. He was in there, Guppy, but did enough to put him under pressure. And eventually Petrov, working back the way, cleared the danger.
Looked to me as if Gustavo Lopez should have had a crack at goal there with that opportunity, with nobody in behind him. The referee getting in the way again, not for the first time in the match. That was Sergio and Lennon. Eduardo Berizzo, the experienced Argentinian defender. Jose Ignacio for Edu, stretching for the header. The substitutes. Valhaden to Larsson. Terrific strength from Henrik Larsson. It was a phenomenal challenge from Berizzo, and the referee says that's a dive.
I can't believe that. That's unbelievable from the referee. Larsson does exceptionally well here. Used his body strength, knew the challenge was coming, he's got away. And that's at least a yellow card. He's almost through the goalkeeper. In fact, the Spaniards had given up on it. They thought it was an automatic free kick and kicked the ball out for a corner kick.
An unbelievable decision from the French referee. Steve Guppy's delivery. John Hartson was waiting. Sergio got there to power the header away. That's good work from Petrov to nip the ball off Mostovoy's toes. Valhaden, back to Petrov, and Steve Guppy has stayed out on the right-hand side. Neil Lennon offers some support. And all the way back. Well, the French referee Claude Colombo has been responsible for, along with his officials, for some of the worst decisions you could see in a football match. It really, at times, borders on the incompetent.
He's the worst I've seen for a long time. At this standard of football, there's no way you should have a referee as incompetent as he is tonight.
Juan Fran skips away from Didier Gat, who dived into the challenge. Thankfully for him, Jos Valhaden was covering. Jose Ignacio, Sebastian Mendes, Gustavo Lopez, and on the end of his cross, Bobo Balde. Here's Lopez again. Balde, brilliant header. So much power on it, but the direction wasn't bad either, as he picked out Chris Sutton. Now John Hartson. Support coming from Agat. And it was Juan Fran who this time judged his challenge perfectly.
That's better from Agat. He's certainly getting forward much more often second half, and Juan France having a real problem down that left-hand side, and got that tackle absolutely spot on.
Valharan with the long throw. Juan Fran was there for Celta. And a little flare-up between Edu and Balde off the ball. Ulrich Larsson, again, very much in command. This must be shaping up as possibly the best game he's had for Celtic, Ulrich Larsson.
He's been solid in there, playing the position exceptionally well. Good time in the tackles and wins the challenges in there.
Steve Guppy's cross. Juan Fran's header away. Neil Lennon trying to control the header to Agat, but it works its way through to Hartson. Now Berizzo. Gustavo Lopez gets beyond Larsson. Mostovoy almost in. And over the top. Frustration from Miguel Angel Motina.
Lopez is very quick down this right-hand side. I think that's another warning to Celtic. The Spanish team, they're no mugs. They're sixth in their league. They're a good team. They haven't played too well tonight, but they have created one or two chances. We've seen it again there. And Celtic really do have to concentrate. It's really important they don't give away any unnecessary chances tonight.
Former Arsenal man Silvinho with that shot at goal, and angry with himself. He didn't keep it down. But that's your concern for Celtic, isn't it? That while they press and they push and they always look likely to score, especially at set pieces, but at times a little bit of indiscipline creeps in at the back. And Celta Vigo managing to create some openings.
It happened then again. Silvinho went beyond Didier Agat there, and US Valhara had to come across and clear the danger, leaving the man Edu in the middle on his own. Had to get there.
Jose Ignacio to Alexander Mostovoy, who's given it away. Agat, Larsson. Looked as if he'd lost it, Larsson, but don't write him off. Stilian Petrov gets it back from Larsson, away from Jose Ignacio. Brilliant run from Petrov. That apparently was a dive as well. Bobo Balde. 21 minutes of the second half gone. Celtic 1, Celta Vigo 0. And let us know who you think your man of the match is, or will be by the end of the match, at least. 0910 225. PlayStation 2 could be yours. Long ball from Valharan. Brilliant control from Larsson. Larsson to Larsson. John Hartson. Chris Sutton. And John Hartson again. Looking for a penalty. The referee not interested.
It could have been. It's good play from Celtic. Sutton and Hartson laying it up there. I think he got the ball, to be honest, that time.
Stilian Petrov's shot, deflected behind. Off Jose Ignacio, corner kick.
It's important Celtic keep the pace of the game up in the last part of the match. They've got to keep the Spaniards working hard, keep them in the back foot. Don't let them keep possession and build up attacks, and do what they've done the last couple of minutes. Get forward and try and create chances.
Fired in by Petrov, flicked on by Sutton. That's from Mostovoy. Great challenge from Valharen, knocked out by Agat. And he's overrun that, Didier Agat. Liverpool still 1 up in Holland against Vitesse Arnhem. And Celtic 1 up against Celta Vigo. But what's Martin O'Neill been saying, Chick?
A little bit concerned from him, Rob, when Celtic have a corner kick there. It was only useful hand back defending. Neil Lennon had got forward, and there was concern from the bench that there was no cover had Celta Vigo made a break. So I think that will change next time that Celtic have a corner.
Poor use of the ball from defence from Celtic, giving possession to the Spanish team. That's Edu, and that's out. Well, thankfully for Celtic, Celta Vigo weren't really too interested in keeping the ball. Untidy stuff from Edu.
You can see why Celta Vigo haven't scored too many goals. The strikers, both that have been shown tonight, haven't looked impressive at all.
But they do play this cat and mouse game, which is built around a solid defence and breaking quickly, counter-attacking, and that's just what Martin O'Neill's concerned about. Sergio Berizzo gets it back from Silvinho. And that's a poor one, straight at Valharen. John Hartson dropping off to pick up possession. Now Neil Lennon for Sutton. Hartson again. Celtic keeping possession. Waiting for the moment to lift the pace. Lennon always making himself available for a pass. Baldi up to Hartson. Henrik Larsson with a chance. Blocked by Pinto. Decent opportunity for goal number 2 for Larsson. And now on the counter-attack, Celta Vigo. And that's top-class defending from Jos Valharen.
Celtic got lucky here, good ball in. Hartson down to Larsson. Got his shot off, got it on target, but the goalkeeper making a good save with his foot.
Gustavo Lopez away from Ulrich Larsson. And Edu offside.
You can see that Lopez, he's a good player. Either just marginally offside, they're going far too early. That Lopez is dangerous when he goes forward, driving the people with the ball.
You just wonder if that knockdown from John Hartson had been a little bit straighter, Sandy, because Henrik was shooting from an angle, wasn't he?
It was a tight angle, but he got on target again, and how many times do you see that, and it creeps under the goalkeeper through his legs and ends up in the back of the net, but not that time.
Did well, John Hartson, to keep that in. But his reward is a free kick against him. And here is that opportunity.
It's going away from him, isn't it? It's very difficult to get a lot of touches on the ball, to get real pace on it, to put it in the back of the net. But he did the hand bit, got there and hit the target.
Didn't really catch the shot there, Larsson, that time, but it was good link-up with John Hartson. It was a half chance for his second goal of the game. John Hartson proving a real handful, as he does, even against top-class opposition like this. He was crucial, of course, in getting the Celtic goal here against Blackburn, finished off by Larsson, but he was very much the architect of that. using his power in the 6-yard box. And Celta Vigo know they've been in a battle against the Welsh striker. Sergio's free kick aimed at Edu. Larsson nods it down for Sutton. Guppy for Larsson. Sergio stretching to force the ball away, helped out by Jose Ignacio. Juan Fran to Silvinho. Jos Valharen. Neil Lennon. And all the way back.
Neil Lennon, he's frustrated more than anything else here. Didn't want to play the ball back the way, but no choice.
Henrik Larsson gets himself turned. Celta Vigo taking chances, allowing him this sort of time and room.
He's got tons of time and space and room to turn. Fires off a decent shot, but didn't hit the target. They were disappointed. Normally when Henrik gets that amount of time and space, you can guarantee the goalkeeper's going to have to work.
So Larsson's goal separates the sides. Celtic would love another one, but there'll be no complaints at all about taking a 1-0 advantage to the Balaidas Stadium in Vigo in 2 weeks' time.
When you look at that man there, I think he'll be looking for more. He's greedy. It'll be difficult going away to Spain, the type of football they'll play there with only a 1-goal lead. And looking at tonight's game, Celtic are more than capable of winning this game by at least another one.
So you've seen that Liverpool scoreline. They've won by 1-0 in Holland thanks to Michael Owen's strike, they showed at half-time. Leeds 0-0. And Celtic ahead thanks to Larsson's goal early in the second half. 25 goals for the season now for him. Not bad. Pinto or Juan Fran. Silvinho's header back in field is awkward. And a free kick given against the Spanish international. Just about 15 minutes left of regulation time. Bobo Balde forward for the set piece. Neil Lennon floats it in. Sergio's header. Lucci. Ignacio. Peter Lucci taking chances. Pass skimmed off the head of Hartson. That's behind for a goal kick. We're live on Sunday at Tynecastle in the Bank of Scotland Premier League. Hearts against Rangers, and of course the action from all the other weekend Premier League games from 2:25. Join us on Sunday for that, and of course join us for the second leg of this tie in Vigo, a fortnight tonight. 8:05 kick-off again. Eduardo Berizzo, Sebastian Mendes. Gustavo Lopez with 3 hoop shots around about him, and the pressure paid off. Muchin, Juan Fran. Silvinho makes a run up ahead, gets in behind Agat. Gets his cross in as well, but no pressure on Rob Douglas. Alexander Mostovoy obstructed Rob Douglas as he tried to sprint to the edge of the area and get that clear. The Russian, who's got a lot of experience behind his 34 years, just stood in his way.
There's a free kick, it's obstruction. Big Rab's taking no nonsense, just knocks him out the road. But just before that, Silvino down that left-hand side has caused a few problems tonight. He's one that Celtic will really have to be aware of in the second leg. He's got a good left foot, good pace, and gets good balls into the box.
Most of us obviously not heard about Big Rob. You just don't do that. Powerful play from Hartson. For Sutton. Looking for Henrik Larsson, but Pinto judged it pretty well. And he did have the ball in his hands, but he's been given a free kick in any case.
It's bad refereeing again, isn't it? You know, it's an easy one for the goalkeeper. Henrik Larsson tries to put him off here. And really, you know, you want to play advantage, keep the game flowing. The referee again stopping the game unnecessarily.
I'll be interested to find out the marks out of 10 given to him by the UEFA Observer at this match, because Claude Colombo has been shocking.
I'll tell you what, he'll never solve the case tonight, there's no question about that. I'm just looking at John Hartson at the moment, Rob. He looks very tired to me. He's worked, you know, tremendously hard tonight, but is it maybe time for a change from Martin O'Neill, put Chris Sutton up front, maybe somebody like Fernandes in the middle of the park?
Yeah, you just wonder whether it's tonight for Fernandes, the Spaniard, against the team from his home country. Hasn't featured an awful lot this season. You'd have expected to have seen an awful lot more of the former Livingston striker. Petrov leaves it to Lennon. Larsson over the head of Silvino. Brilliant pass, perfectly judged. Agatz. Luchin was the man in the way. And a handball decision has been given in Celta's favour. Certainly if David Fernandes is going to come on, he's going to have to get some kit off pretty sharpish, because he's well wrapped up at the moment. And Momo Sila seems to be feeling no tension back there.
No, nice and relaxed. There's not a lot of movement in there at all. You know, it's maybe John Hartson's played well tonight. There's no question. He's a big threat in the air and holds the ball up so well. But you know, a second goal for Celtic would give them so much more of a cushion.
In fact, it's going to be Celta Vigo who will make a second change. And it sounds like Benny McCarthy, the South African, who's going to come on. Certainly not short of something to say off the pitch. I wonder if he'll have something to say on it. Larsson has a look. Played in with the outside of his right foot. And Juan Fran chested it down for Jose Ignacio. A pacey little pass back from Sergio to Pinto. Guppy's cross. Now with Agatz. Turning away from Luchin. Good pass to Petrov. And that's a corner kick. Off Ignacio. Inside the last 10 minutes. Benny McCarthy stripped and ready for action. But first, this set piece for Celtic. 5 in the box for Steve Guppy to aim at. Jose Pinto punched the ball clear. Back from Ulrich Larsson, but that's beyond everyone. And here's where Martin O'Neill feels a little bit edgy, as Celtic trying to get their defensive players back. Fran got the break of the ball against Neil Lennon. It was a good recovery from Didier Agatz, and he's still down. Guppy into the corner for Larsson. Against Berizzo. In from Guppy. It was just beyond Larsson, and Sergio headed the ball away.
Good pressure again from Celtic, holding on to the ball. waiting their time, nice and patient. Eventually, decent delivery into the box, causing problems again.
Celtic want to make a change as well. Alan Thompson will be the player to come on as the referee tries to sort out a little bit of congestion in the 6-yard box. In the 83rd minute, can Celtic get a second goal in from Petrov? Flicked off Valharen, and Jose Pinto punches the ball away under a fair bit of pressure. Gustavo Lopez appears to be the player to give way at this stage. Lopez off, and it's Benny McCarthy to come on, the South African international, and Alan Thompson for Steve Guppy will be the Celtic change.
Substitution for Celtic.
So a useful little switch at this stage of the proceedings, and the indication there from Thompson was clear. Let's see this out, let's get this right, and let's take a lead to Spain in 2 weeks' time.
I think Celtic have also got a problem with Didier Gat on the far side. He's certainly hobbling about at the moment. Martin will have to be careful with Cervinho down that side. Don't take any chances in that area.
Crossfield from Sutton, Mendes was there. And I think Didier Gat will be off shortly to be replaced by Momo Sila. He'll have to wake himself from his slumbers on the bench. There's Silvinho and Mostovoy. Always a threat from Celta Vigo. In from Juan Fran. Missed completely by Balde. And Edu, I don't think could quite believe the ball was dropping in front of him. Somehow Celtic survived that, but Balde wasn't even near this.
That was an opportunity, no doubt. Balde was over his head, to be fair. Poor first touch, but Lawson was there on his toes, nice and tidy to clear it up.
He went for that and missed it by a mile.
I thought it was, you know, he really shouldn't. He couldn't have got it at all. It was very high, and if he can't reach it, it's got to be high. I really wouldn't blame him for that one, to be honest with you.
Agat off. He's been hobbling for the last 5 minutes or so. Gets a good reception from the Celtic supporters.
He's had a good second half. First half he didn't get forward. Second half he's created a lot of opportunities. Good pressure down the right-hand side, and hopefully Momo Sila will be able to continue that in the last 3 minutes of the game.
Momo Sila, who scored that spectacular goal here, of course, against Basel in the Champions League qualifiers. Third goal on the night, and I think most people thought at that point that might be the goal which gets Celtic through, but it wasn't to be in Switzerland 2 weeks later. Celtic would love to get a second goal, but they have to be wary, because the last thing they want is a Celta Vigo equaliser.
It's more important now not to lose a goal. The second goal would be marvellous, a real bonus. But they've got in front, they've almost done the job, almost completed. Just don't lose any goals now.
Mostovoy's free kick, John Hodgson there. Peter Ritchie. Berisha. Larson. Thompson. Great determination from Alan Thompson. Foul given against Henrik Larsson. For a push on Mendes. And Martin O'Neill is being ordered out of the technical area and into the stand. The French officials have had enough of him, they say, and the fourth official is evicting him from the technical area. He was furious about that decision given against Henrik Larsson, but it really is not the first time in the match that the Celtic manager has been distinctly unimpressed with the way this match has been handled.
It's frustration, there's no question about it, and Henrik Larsson, I don't think it was a free kick against him there. I've never seen as many free kicks given against Henrik Larsson in any time he's played.
A free kick from Berizzo. Played away by Thompson, but straight to Mendes. Here's Edu. Out comes Rob Douglas, thought twice. Now Momo Silla. Good pass from Silla for Hartson. Petrov. Larsson to Thompson. Not his best. No free kick. Thompson turns away from Luchin. Just 90 seconds of the 90 minutes left. Valhaden's pass was a good one. Silvino to Benny McCarthy. Silvino looking for a free kick. He'll have to go on looking. And there's Martin O'Neill's new vantage point up in the stand, having been sent there by Claude Colombo, the referee. Free kick given against Alexander Mostovoy on the pitch. Inside the 90th minute, the foul on Stilian Petrov. It's looking very much as if one goal is going to settle this. And you'd be a brave man to say that anything has been decided tonight. Larsson drives it in for Hartson. Chris Sutton won a brave header. John Hartson again hits the deck under the challenge from Sergio, and an angry reaction from Sergio to what he saw as a dive from Hartson.
He certainly went down easily. I don't think it was a penalty kick, but the reaction from the Spaniards, that disappoints me as much as anything else. They're flashing the hands as if to tell the referee to get the yellow card out. John Hartson looks tired when he goes for this. Sergio comes across him, and John tries to get in there, gets a touch to the ball. There's no real contact, he's down just a little bit too easy. More tiredness than anything else, in the hope of winning a penalty kick.
Here comes Rob Douglas to collect right at the edge of the area. And 3 minutes to be added. We've played 45 seconds extra time already. Man of the match.
Well, Celtic have played well tonight. They've deserved to win the game, and hopefully they'll continue. They will win it. But we said at the start, it was so important they don't lose any goals. They have defended well. And my man of the match is going to be Bobo Baldi. One or two little lapses of concentration, but in general, he's been solid at the heart of that defence, clearing everything that's came his way and ensuring Celtic are hopefully going to Spain with a clean sheet.
Lennon's free kick. And flash point involving Chris Sutton, who's yellow carded. And Mendes was the Celta Vigo defender involved.
I didn't see much in that one. There's a challenge between the two. It's not that incident, it's the afters. The Juan Fran, he's as guilty as anyone else. He's been guilty all night tonight. He's got away with murder, literally, with Mr. Colombo.
Oh, not literally, surely. So Chris Sutton yellow carded. But this man has lost the match for some considerable time. Well won by Neil Lennon. Unlucky. Jose Ignacio. Alexander Mostovoy. Edu's cross, not far away from Benny McCarthy, and well, Momo Stila should have done that the first time. Fortunate there to get a second chance as he cleared the ball. You can never be sure what's happening in behind in those sort of situations.
He's actually a hard one to defend. A good ball across the face of the goal, facing your own goal. It's always dangerous. The Celtic thankfully got away with it.
Last chance for Celta Vigo. Juan Fran's long throw. John Hartson's there. Peter Luchin trying to get the shot in, and it's off target from Jose Ignacio. And that should be it.
Ignacio well off target that time. Good pressure from the Celtic defenders. Everyone back for the long throw, trying to safeguard this one-goal lead. The manager to do the job and no space to go.
Celtic will take a one-goal lead to Vigo in 2 weeks' time, thanks to Henrik Larsson's 24th European goal for Celtic and his 25th strike of the season. He headed in from close range after Bobo Balde had knocked the ball down to him from the set piece. A one-goal lead. Celtic happy to be in front, happy not to have conceded a goal, but only a fool would say that this tie is over. Part 2 coming your way from BBC Scotland in 2 weeks' time. The Celtic supporters yet